All right, now we are on the YouTubes. Thomas
Overtime
started making fun of the New York Rangers, and I was like, "Hold on, we can do that."
Premature.
Since they got Kane, they won one game.
Wow.
And we talked about this. There was all kinds of complaints that they needed D-men, and because Igor was giving up 4 games a game.
I was doing that too.
Yeah, and so they were complaining that they needed, and then when they got Kane, they thought, oh, it's a second coming of Jesus, and they won one game since he's joined them.
Yeah.
And Buffalo's tumbling.
Yeah.
Tage couldn't carry them on their shoulders this whole time.
Nope. But we didn't talk about it during the regular show, but yeah, let's talk about the standings.
Boston being the first one to clinch.
Yeah.
We knew that was going to happen. Oh, we didn't talk about the GM meetings, too. You see what they're discussing in the meetings? About being able to review the puck over the glass for delay a game.
They're taking it away?
No, that they're going to, you can instant replay it now.
Instead of having to challenge it?
You can challenge it. They're going to do player safety when it comes to lacerations, coaches' challenges, fights after clean hits, because there's been quite a few of those.
What do you mean? It's a penalty?
Yeah, where these fights
like
these fights that are happening after clean hits that shouldn't have been a fight because it was a clean hit. I guess now there's going to be more penalties given
to the team that retaliates.
Yep.
Good. I'm all about that.
Yeah, it's
because it seems like every time there's a big hit now they want to go try and drop the gloves or so. Like, dude, it's a hockey game. This isn't soccer. Okay, let your guy take the hit. If he gets right up, then maybe settle it later on. But you don't go right away and start trying to disrupt the game just because someone got fucking hip checked on the blue line.
Did you see that one everybody's been making fun of with Reeves and what's his name, Bamamba, the one that used to play for Tampa that got drafted by Tampa. What draft was that? It literally, they dropped their gloves and he basically got scared of Reeves and was like, hurry up, step in, refs, hurry up, step in. And let's see, 2015 draft. He was drafted the same year as Cirelli because I was there. Let's see.
Overtime, humming with the stash and overtime. Don't want that air while Schoolie looks upstairs because I'm humming and singing overtime.
We'll get banned.
You can't even, I don't want to hum lightning and thunder sounds. Can't do that. That's
well, actually, it's funny that you mentioned that because while I'm waiting for the podcast to download, I just opened up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 claims that I have to put in for that.
For the thing that we own. Awesome.
Yeah.
Do they really send you stuff?
Almost every video that we do.
Did you find it yet?
I am now. Can I tell you, you guys are lucky that your rum kicks are out in the car. Can I just tell you that?
I don't want rum cakes have been in a car all day.
All right. Then you're gonna get rum cakes out in my belly. Yeah, in my belly.
Don't fucking say that. Those rum cakes will be gone.
That thing, I definitely texted Matt and said I did not realize these were going to be so good. Cannot find.
I gotta fucking change up my bowl. Actually, it's way too hard sometimes. That's the coffer.
15.
Jesus Christ, how long does it take you to search
I can't find the fucking draft.
results? Do you use Google like my wife, which is to say you have no idea how to search for shit?
Here, I found the draft class now. It is. Let's see. That year we did Mitchell Stevens, no longer with the team. Matthew Spencer, no longer with the team.
Who?
Matthew Spencer. Dennis Yawn, no longer with the team. Anthony Sorelli with the team. Jean-A Tamela, no longer with the team. Matthew Joseph, no longer with the team. Ryan Zoltsdorf, no longer with the team. Christian Oldham, no longer with the team. Here it is. Bakanji Amama. Bogo Amama.
Bakanji Amama.
Yeah. Look up.
I remember that.
Look up Amama versus Reeves fight. It's all over Twitter. Saying they're making fun of it and saying it was the fight of the year because they were two big heavyweights.
Man.
Can I win one of those rum cakes tomorrow?
Cut it out.
You guys are going to be really impressed tomorrow because I didn't think it was going to be that kind of quality. How much are those?
Oh my God. They're building it up so much. He's not a small guy.
No.
I don't know why he's like shying away. He engaged. This is terrible. Excuse me. Oh, he whiffed. I mean,
Yep.
oh, no, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know, man. I kind of feel like, I don't know. That was weird. That was a weird fight. That was weird. I don't feel like he was scared, but I also like
Don't really think
he was trying to lunge. I don't know. I just don't think he wanted. Like, I mean, I don't think I want to get wrapped up by Ryan Reeves.
No,
so,
no.
He was trying to like street fight as if they were like not on skates,
Right.
where like you can have distance and like kind of cover distance and like like actually fight. You can't do that in hockey. It's not the same. It's not like real fighting.
Those rum cakes. Those rum cakes are $14.99, and they are worth every penny.
Oh Jesus!
The only thing that would have made it better if you had those three little maraschino cherries down, so I knew where to cut and separate rather than tear it apart like a barbarian.
Yeah, okay. You
Not a
just tear it
Swiss
apart
cake
like a barbarian
roll.
anyways. You would tear it apart like a barbarian anyway.
Yeah. But he had messaged me and he's like, "Hey, I got something to give to you that you might like. I think you'll like." And I was like, "All right." So I just was busy over the weekend, and then I talked to Shooter today on the phone, and Shooter said, "Oh, he probably wants to give you a rum cake." And with that, I was like, "I'm there. Well, what time do you want me?" So when I went over there, he was like, "Hey, Shooter wanted me to ask you if we could also give them away during intermission tomorrow." So he said, just get an address and shoot the address straight to him, and he'll ship it himself to them.
114. Oh, that's the beginning of my address.
9209 Seminole Boulevard.
Yeah, I was gonna actually put my address out there in the universe.
I didn't say what number townhome I am. Just Look for all
That's
the lightning
close enough
stuff.
for all your fucking stalkers. I'm just, whatever, bro. It's bad enough people know I live in goddamn Pasco County.
Those puck bunnies are going to be.
Hunting you down.
They're gonna come and stab my ass.
Damn right, bro.
So this
Goddamn, take you out to fucking player war and fucking skate blade.
this one girl today tweeted out "Happy birthday, Braden Point," and in her tweet she put "My boy, Braden Point," and it got ugly.
Well, it was
And
Chris, wasn't it?
Huh?
Wasn't it Chris that we know from Twitter who like retweeted it or something?
Yes, he was one of them.
One of them.
There was several.
I noticed the person's like actual tag is like her name and then point. Like that's a little cheeky, girl. Come on.
So she's married.
Yeah, and it got a little out of hand, and then
Everyone just needs to let people do what they want to do. This what makes this girl happy. Then let her.
Yeah, I mean, if that's her fantasy, then whatever, man.
She's not hurting anyone.
You think Stamkos is your best friend? Whatever.
Well, I said that in her post because I was like, personally, I didn't think her birthday post was anything else. I said, hey, I still call Stammer my BFF, but then I almost put he did sign a letter to me saying his BFF, but
you didn't want to do that though.
No, I didn't say that to her, but I did say, hey, I still call him. I said I didn't really see anything wrong with your tweet, but apparently after my Puck Bunny tweet this week, people have been getting a lot of like someone called out Bolts Babes, and then he has since deleted it. But he was like, that's very bad with them. They all think that. And then the lady that babysits Sergey's dogs, she chimed in saying, as a very personal friend of Mikhail Sergachev, I can tell you, you girls can try as much as you want, but that ain't going to happen. I'm like, oh, whoopsie. It's been read over 11,000 times.
Stop breaking these girls' hearts. Let them dream, Schoolie.
Well, like
dream, the impossible dream.
There's someone that I know who does these things for one of the players. I won't say who it is, but when Nick Paul, she does these things for Nick Paul.
Nick Paul.
Well, because Stash was like this to me. So does things to give Nick Paul, to show Nick Paul, kind of creepy things. And 3 times now, his girlfriend has been in the car, his fiance. And all of a sudden she goes, and she knows the fiance's name. And she's like, oh, so-and-so is with him, and hides it. And I'm like, well, why won't you show it in front of the fiance? Like, do you think he's just going to be like, thank you so much, let me make out with you? Or, let's go get a hotel room across the street real quick and let me bang it out real quick with you. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Like, and same thing, I've seen some people with Braden Point that way. And Ross Colton, because he's so young. And they're like, oh my God, Ross, his girlfriend's probably one of the nicest people. But then there was this girl who, like, literally, she would, if he didn't look her way during warm-ups, she would cry and be like, oh, he doesn't like me and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, simmer down, like, or if he did look that way, oh my God, he looked because he knew I was here. And it's like, no, that's what he does even when you're not here.
It's called a routine, bitch.
Right. And
he fucking skates and he looks at this corner. They skates and like, what the fuck?
So I'd say the one thing that girl did tweet today when she said the happy birthday post that went crazy, where she said how Pointer smiles every time he sees her. Well, that's how Pointer is, okay?
Pointer,
huh?
People are fucking
nice.
nice.
Sees me.
Some people are nice, bro.
And
I smile.
remember,
Believe it or not, I smile at people when I make eye contact with them in public. Believe it or not, I'm a fucking asshole, and I still smile when I make fucking eye contact. I know it is awkward. Like,
Pointer remembers everybody.
I should do.
He remembers everybody, and he's nice to everybody. And it's just like, and some of these people think it's because of them, which it's okay if that's gonna.
I told you, bro,
if that brings you some joy in you, but don't take it a step further where you think that's because he wants you.
Look, I'm telling you, I saw shit in the military. Okay, these fucking guys had all the money, nothing to do with it. They'd go to the strip clubs because they were like kind of fucking awkward. They didn't have girlfriends and all that shit, but they were the awkward guys that had all the money. They go to strip clubs, they'd spend money on these girls, and then like after 2 or 3 times of them being there, these girls would see them and, oh, hey, babe. And like, they'd recognize them like, oh, she totally is into me. Blah, blah, blah. Like you don't, first and foremost, man, like it's just a delusion. You know what I mean? And for some people, that's what they have. Like that's their hope or their reality. And it is what it is, man. I'm not going to sit here and say it's this or it's that. Like, I mean, it's annoying to a point, but at the same time, it's like, I've seen it firsthand, and I've seen it worse to where the point, like it's like the reverse syndrome. Like I'm talking about the strippers, it's so much worse because these guys do spend money, and they think that spending money makes them important or makes them memorable or makes them different. Whereas these girls just, oh, okay, I dress this way, or I try and hand them a note, or I put up a sign or some shit like that. Like, and okay, that's like the extent of it, right? Like it's almost kind of harmless, really. It truly is harmless for them. These dudes that fall in love with strippers, man, it's not harmless. Like they fall hard, and these strippers take advantage of them, you know?
Well, the funny thing is like the two people who I think would be the least to cheat out of any of them is Point and Cooch, because neither of them like any kind of spotlight or want anybody to know anything of their personal lives. Vassy being third, because Vassy doesn't even show his kid or anything else.
Right.
Like, those are the last people that are going to be like, you know what, let me potentially cheat on my wife and get this out there where some girl's going to end up telling on me years later. You know,
and it's also like
people like Killorn and I forget who else it was. Killorn and Joseph and Vermeen, they used to be on Tinder. You know, those guys are on Tinder. Paquette used to be on Tinder. You know, go for those guys. If they're looking for something, they're going to be on Tinder. Now,
and you're going to meet them there. They're not. Right. That's the other thing I was going to say, though. It's like, okay, I don't really talk about my past that much, but when I was in my 20s, I dated a lot of different people, and I dated a stripper for a while, but I didn't meet her in the strip club. I met her at the mall. We were out shopping. We were in the food court. I ran into her. She was kind of hot. I went over and started talking to her. We hung out a little bit. Went and got some Ben & Jerry's milkshakes. And then, let's hang out again. And then it wasn't until like the third time I hung out that I even knew what she did. You know what I mean? That's how you date a stripper. That's how you date like a player or anybody. You know what I mean? You don't go to their job where they work. No matter who it is. I mean, if you're a coworker, that's different. But you know what I mean? Like, you just go and start stalking them at their job. And then suddenly they're going to be like, oh, this is a great idea. Let's go date because you're kind of a stalkery. Yeah, this is gonna end real well.
I see you in the parking lot every game.
Yeah, you're already super obsessed with me. It can never end badly. Yeah. No way this ends in tears or arrest warrants. No way whatsoever I end up in a box. Promise this sounds great. No, that's not gonna fucking happen. That's
like
that's my problem.
Matthew Joseph's and I think Killorn's, neither one of their Tinder profiles had anything that said hockey on it.
Right.
That's, didn't even have their last names. And then I think Cedric Paquette's did, but because he was just all about tits and ass and wanted that. And he wasn't looking for date. He just wanted hookups. Vermeen, same thing. And so, they don't want to be known as the hockey player superstar.
The other thing, especially about hockey players, man, versus all the other athletes, they are the blue collar guys. They are the guys that end up getting married at a certain age, time in their career, have kids. I mean, it's very unusual for a hockey player after the age of like 28 or 29 to not be married and then have like a kid or two. You know what I mean?
And your
Like-
majority of them they met their girlfriends
in high school or juniors or something like that, right? In their early 20s, and they're still with them
before they were an NHL superstar.
Exactly, as they come up through the grind, because they know that person knows that they can stick it out and knows what it takes to be a professional hockey player's wife. You know what I mean?
That's what me and
It's a
April
totally
were talking
different
about when Flick got traded to Nashville. Would the girlfriend go with them because
Right.
she works here and she's from here? And I was like, bitch, he's a hockey player. You pack up and go. You know, you sink your things into that and you go on. But I'm just like, it's just unreal of what it's became and the stories I hear, because I used to go back to the back lot a lot. And even when
you did.
Yeah, even when I was at Brandon the other day, when I was at Brandon, it was feast and
The
famine.
original Puck Bunny.
And hearing the girls say how the players were stopping just because they were there, and it's like, if that's what makes you
no. Listen, if this is happening, I need to start going to after game parking lot just to make fun of these broads.
Oh my God, let's make a video and
I'll do it.
Stop just
I'll
to
fucking
see
do
me.
I'll do it.
Did you see what happened last night? Someone Chernak didn't stop, and he ended up getting stuck waiting to pull out. And some lady apparently ran up to his vehicle, yelling, "Sign my jersey!" and like stepped in front of his vehicle. So he ended up rolling down his window and signing it. And security came out and said, "You can't do that." And then Jeannot came out and she ended up doing the same thing to Jeannot. So they kicked her off the property last night. And then I guess no other players stopped.
Well, that's what's gonna
fucking
happen.
ruin it for everybody. God damn it, dude. And all it takes is one fucking asshole like that.
Well,
Shooter calls me after the game telling me he got accosted.
Yeah,
some random person had nothing to do.
That's what he called me for today, because he's like, Stash didn't tell you, and I was like, no. And so he told me
doesn't get upset about anything. Shooter does not get upset about anything. He called me on Saturday, basically in like an emotional meltdown for him, for Shooter, and he's just like, I'm so affected by what happened. And I'm like, dude, okay. And he's like, no, you don't get it. I'm like, this fucking affected me.
I talked him off the ledge today.
And I'm like, dude.
I talked him off the ledge today and shot down his conspiracy, and he was not happy that I shot down his conspiracy. But
well, listen, he was in a certain state of mind after that game. I'm not going to say.
I saw him.
I know who he was hanging out with. I know who he was at that game with.
Yeah,
a certain state of mind.
Junior
being in with that
guy. He wants to come on. He wants to come on the show.
No,
I called him Stash Junior.
I love no. That's Ty Senior. That's fucking Ty Senior.
Because I went out to the beer garden, and Shooter comes running out. And he's like,
running
out.
Yeah, Shooter. Well, Shooter, I've never seen Shooter so happy to see me. And that's how I knew how drunk he was. He's like, hey. And I'm like, hey. And then he's like, drunk. I'm with a buddy here. And I went, is it the one that just spilled his beer on the ground over there?
Yeah.
He goes, it is. And I went, oh, good to see you stay with the same kind of people.
I don't go to a Lightning game with normal people.
Ridiculous.
It's either you got the ones that are drunk with you or the ones that are stoned out of your mouth, like Monty, who sits there like this because he's so drunk or high. And so they're like,
that night, Monty was probably both those things.
Yeah.
Well, and we had some kratom at the Dignitary House, which I will be having tomorrow night.
Yes, dude, I've been there twice, and every time I've gone, you guys ordered fucking without me. And then when I wanted to order, it was like, oh, we're getting ready to leave. I'm like, so I'm definitely gonna have at least one, if not two, of those things tomorrow. I'm in. So
Thomas Schooley.
No.
yeah, and now I got the lights.
Have some kava then.
This will be me.
Kava, I might try some kava tomorrow.
I'll probably do both. Probably do a little of both. You know me. I'm in for anything. But no, I got these lights. I think they're going to make a big difference there. Really. Yeah. I was actually proud of myself.
Who's the 3 people watching us? Can anybody say anything?
Is there anybody commenting, or we just have like creepy?
It's probably just these girls.
It's these fucking puck bunnies that are
hunting you down. They're like, I'm gonna see if
they're just recording this, right?
They're waiting to see if I say their name, and I'm like, oh. Like,
what if I cut his face off and I wear that to the stadium? Will call me his best friend?
Wear your face as a mask as a Doolittle Makuki dance.
I'll never know.
Well, because there's an incident that I recently found out about that. So there was a
all the time.
Certain section that there was a fight a couple of games ago where the police had to be, and it wasn't where Stash was. Well, he might have been in that section at the time because someone stepped on somebody else's not bobblehead. Big head, but it's not a big head. It's a little head on a stick, and broke the stick.
I can't be replaced ever.
Yeah, to the point where the police had to come up to that section and separate the two.
It's in 307.
It's getting a little crazy at some of these games.
Yeah, it's batshit bonkers.
So I don't know if I told you this, Schoolie, but I also had some like Chicago fan trying to fight me.
You told me. Yeah, you told me. You're more into the tranny that almost beat your ass rather than.
Listen, okay. So listen, we are very, very open to all persuasions on the show. Going back, we have a long history of being very supportive. But it was very funny to me because Shooter calls me and starts telling me a story. And the first time he tells me the story, he's very PC about it. He's very much like, hey, this person, I'm not sure if it was a man or a woman, couldn't really tell. Doesn't really matter. They just started basically verbally attacking me, trying to instigate me, whatever.
Says, I got tipped.
To tell me, and he didn't even tell me that. I don't think he could remember at that point. He was just so emotional, right? And once again, Shooter, emotional. Doesn't fucking happen. Okay? It does not happen. I've known this dude for 20 years. We've had like 3 emotional conversations total. He's like, dude, and then it's like I immediately thought of you, because if it would happen to you, it's like this is the situation where you get arrested. Like you didn't do anything wrong. Someone comes up to you and then you respond. Whereas he was able to walk away. I probably would have engaged this person. I probably would have said something in response to them.
And you're like, now you know what it's like to be me.
And that's the first thing I said. First of all, I was like, welcome, motherfucker. Now you know. Maybe you could turn that judgment. Maybe you could turn that judgment and dial down like a couple of fucking notches now, right? First and foremost,
I just have a judgment switch.
But look, no, we have dials around here, bitches. It's documented. So the first time, though, like he tells the story, it's like, oh, this person, right? This person. Then he's like, I couldn't tell. I might have been, but I couldn't tell. Then he's like, I'm pretty sure. Then, like, the last time, it's like, this fucking lesbian. And I was like, bro, it was like every time he told the story, you could tell he wanted to couldn't say that to begin with. But, like,
well, I don't know. I
don't
really know if she was a lesbian.
In my 10-minute conversation with them, it started with, I don't know, to a tranny, to a woman, to a tranny again. And I'm like, then he was like, so, yeah. And it's kind of, I was actually messaging April during the show because it has been a hot NHL topic with these pride jerseys and everything else. So
conspiracies might be right.
Seattle did a big FU to the league today and came out the whole team in 100% pride jerseys. And so did their mascot. Everybody came out in pride jerseys tonight, which is going to be the only team that 100% of the team. But Minnesota Wild in the morning said they were going to do the jerseys, and then by game time had scrapped the jerseys. There was a huge thing and I almost called out the Lightning with it, but decided not to because I was doing the radio booth that night. They put the Pride sticks on sale. And they had a Kucherov and a Sergachev Pride stick. Never happened. Never happened. They had a Stamkos Pride stick. Stammer only had it at the top of his stick. Never had the blade done. So when you actually went into the descriptions, it said tapes were done for Pride night and would be signed at a later date. When you went into someone like Paul's and Moose, who actually came out with theirs, Paul kind of offended people because he literally went around the ice twice and then switched sticks. So there's actually said,
that's the problem, bro. People can't just be happy for what they fucking get.
Right.
Now I'm offended by it. Like, oh no, he's pandering. No, he's showing the support in the way he chooses to. Leave him the fuck alone.
Well, and my feeling on that was, once you put the tape around that, that's on top of his regular tape. That's going to be different than the way he feels it. So therefore, Moose wasn't playing that night, so Moose kept his out the whole night. Stammer had it at the top of his stick, so it wasn't changing any grip or anything. Right. Same with Perry, that he had it at the top of his stick. He didn't change it because it wasn't going to change anything during warmups. And so the ones that had it actually around their blade ended up switching them out. Excuse me, I think there was one player that didn't. But in the description on the auction on those ones, it said they were out there for warm-ups. Right. So, but unless you went into the descriptions of these, you were bidding on these Pride sticks that never happened. Number one, there's no way in hell Kucherov would Pride take a stick.
Right.
He is very pro-Russian. He is very all about the Russian government. Yeah. There isn't going to be no Pride on anything. So they're taking one of his sticks and they're wrapping it and they're going to have him sign it, but they'll have him sign it before the wrapping. So it won't even be on the tape because he ain't going to know that it's going to have tape on it. And that's how they sold it.
I think it's bullshit too then, because if he doesn't fucking believe in it, then you shouldn't be fucking selling it.
Period. Right. And I think it was wrong for the Lightning to do this on those sticks. That wasn't the sticks that these players had. And you're just pandering to try to get money for the thing. And I think it's totally wrong. So, yeah, Seattle came out tonight and became the first team to do everything. So that was cool. But you can't get a more liberal city than Seattle.
No.
And Amazon is sponsoring them.
Really?
Yeah.
Or like the day?
I guess the day. All their things say Amazon on it. But like, here's their thing for the night. But look at this jersey. Like, I don't care if this was one of their regular jerseys, I'd probably want to buy one.
That is cool.
Isn't it? Yeah. I said, actually, it's kind of badass no matter.
What is it? White?
It's a
white jersey?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice jersey.
I was like, even if it wasn't Pride, if that was their regular jersey, that would be pretty cool.
You can. Are they going to raffle them off? You get yourself a Yanni Cord.
They're going to go for a fortune.
So did any of the viewfinders sell on eBay?
I don't know. I didn't look. I'm sure they're probably still on there.
It's crazy. That's a lot of money.
I talked to Nick Paul about doing a thing for his charity.
What's his charity?
Pucks for Paul. But it sucks because Tampa Bay Lightning. It's all done through the Lightning Foundation.
What do you got against them?
I just don't like the way they do things.
They just take over.
Yeah, they're just shady with shit. I mean, they're the ones that did those Pride sticks with Cooch and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't do that.
No, and I had I not been going in that radio booth and 15 minutes after they sent that out, I would have called them out on Twitter.
Well, I'll tell you what, next game I go to, I'm sticking around Amelie and I'm seeing if that was just one crazy person, if there's other people doing that, because I think the NHL could be a target for someone was waiting to record me. I guarantee you.
So they're online now for $25 and $20.50, $13.50. So now someone has one at $75, but they're not.
Can you tell on eBay if they sold?
No, these just are current ones up for bid right now.
I don't think anyone paid that much. That's crazy.
By the end of the first, 6 of them were on there for $250.
What, the Viewmasters?
Yeah. Now they're averaging about $20.
I think the moral of this overtime is that doesn't matter how many Lightning games you go to, there's always a lot of fucking assholes there.
Crazy. Well, I will say though,
assholes. You're looking at 3 of them too, by the way.
Yeah, right. Going back to the fucking shooter story, like I just, you don't expect that shit necessarily at the Lightning game, right? You expect some crazies down in St. Pete, especially back in the day, but like your crazies are usually down in the St. Pete area. Let's be honest, right? Let's be honest. That's where you find usually those like really fucking out there guys, the ones that are probably going to come up to you randomly. You're just like, whoa, fuck. Whoa,
but that person was at the game. Shooter didn't think they were at the game.
He was.
They were on the Jumbotron during the game as a lost fan alert because they're wearing Ohio State stuff. So they did the lost fan alert, and
nice.
She was on the Jumbotron for the lost fan alert.
They were.
Yeah.
Assign gender here.
She said she had boobs, so I'm gonna say she.
Make sure we knew.
Well, that doesn't matter. It could still be they.
No, honestly, the thing that bothers me most is like, don't touch me. Nobody needs to touch me at all. And she was touching Linda too. Like, don't touch people.
And that's unreal. Usually he's begging people to touch him.
No, not really.
I want to touch you all over.
Shooter, what do you think about Stash, what do you think about these jerseys? Aren't they sweet?
Yeah, those are cool, man.
I said even if those weren't Pride, those are pretty cool jerseys.
Yeah.
That's Seattle's Pride jersey.
Those dope.
And I was like, they're actually kind of cool looking. I like their jerseys.
Yeah, they're cool. I was very upset Tuesday night at Pride Night when the dance-off was not as good as I thought it was going to be that night.
Well, you don't get there early enough to fucking participate.
I wasn't going to be able to dance as good as like what I thought we would get for that one. But
you mean on the Jumbotron?
Yeah. Oh, you thought there was going to be some twerking and stuff going on,
There's going to be a lot of like a serious dance-off.
Dry up it like it's hot stuff. Yeah.
It's not at all.
Wow, that is disappointing. That is disappointing.
Ooh, Toronto lost.
Good. Okay.
Against the Sabres, though.
Yeah. We're still at now. I think we dropped down to 6 now overall in the East.
We're still 20 points away from clinching.
Yeah. Yeah. The Rangers, however, even though they still can't fucking win, they've somehow jumped us in point percentage, so they're ahead of us now, even though we have the same amount of points.
They can finish 2 points ahead of us. They can finish at 116. We can. Our highest is 114.
So
which
is insane because Boston's already at 105.
Boston can finish at 139.
That's insane, dude.
It's good. It's good.
Toronto can finish at 120. Carolina can finish 128. Devils can finish at 126.
So did the Devils play tonight?
No. Mm-mm. Fucking Florida has 4 days off.
Nice.
Good.
I'm like, how the fuck do they get that?
It's not gonna fucking help them. It's not gonna help them.
No.
So
They're just gonna go to strip clubs anyway.
We have a game.
Coke.
We have a game almost every other night, and
I don't
here they have 4 days.
I don't think we've ever talked about strippers and Coke as much as we have tonight between the first show and this show. It's been a lot of stripper and Coke talk. Very strange. I mean,
and for everybody watching,
it's more strange that we don't talk about it more often, knowing me and my past, my background.
For everybody watching, me and Stash doesn't do it. You can tell we're both fat.
Whoa, calm down there, bro. I look much more lean on camera than I do in person. The camera does not add weight to me as it normally does to other people. But that's only because I'm above the gut. It's I keep it above the gut, so you don't know. You don't know how tall I am. You don't know how round I am. That's fucking movie magic right there. But you can always tell how fucking high I am.
We're up to 5 viewers and nobody is talking.
This is weird.
I don't
usually we have people chatting it up, but hey, it's also cool because welcome to overtime.
Sarah got there.
Don't know. If you don't know, if you stumbled upon us, this is our post-game or post-show show. We go live every Monday to do a lightning themed podcast. And then after we get done, we shoot over here to YouTube and we kind of do like an uncensored green room chat where we kind of still talk about lightning a little bit, but then we just talk about all things.
Or about our adventures at the games.
Yeah. I usually, what's up, Clint? Dude, thanks. Dude, I'm glad that you chatted because I'm sorry to get to talk to you too much yesterday. If you guys remember, Clint was at our watch party.
The burgers.
The one we did at Butters Burgers.
Yeah.
He and his wife and his family. They showed up. Yeah, exactly. They showed up, and I didn't get a chance to talk to him because he was like, "Oh, I've been waiting," and I wanted to explain to him that we've been trying to work on this sponsorship, and so that's why we haven't done many watch parties because we were trying to get the sponsorship in line, and then do our watch parties exclusively with them. It's taken longer than we expected. So I do think here coming into the end of the season and the postseason, we're going to try and do like 1 or 2 or co-host at least with maybe Thunderbolt or with Sticks of Fire or something like that and kind of co-host something. And then maybe hopefully we could submit this sponsorship in the off season and get back to doing some more live events with the fans next season. So we've been trying to and planned out several. We tried to plan out several watch parties, but because of the sponsorship, it's kind of slowed us down a little bit. But I wanted to say thank you for showing up and supporting me and supporting us in the show and Sticks of Fire and the Lightning. And we really enjoyed you guys being there. It's good to see your faces. And yeah, man, we'll always let you know when we're doing stuff downtown or about the Bay Area. Yeah,
virtual watch party tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true. And also talk a little bit more about that. We're kind of, not to drop any names. We've worked with him a little bit, but Ian Beckles, it's kind of his little spot that he hangs out at, does some stuff down there, partnerships and whatnot. And we're trying to help him find a little bit of a purpose for that spot. So we're going to test out doing a live stream from his little backroom den, if you will, or whatever. I think it used to be like a studio or something. Like it's been many things over the years.
It's got a name.
What time are we meeting down there tomorrow?
That's a good question.
I got to be there by 6 to make sure we start hooking stuff up.
I was probably gonna leave here around 5, so I'll probably be down there like 5:45, 6 o'clock.
I'm gonna try to get there at 5:30 because I know traffic's gonna be crappy.
Do I need to bring my laptop?
No.
Are you sure?
No. Yes. We just need 3 microphones though, right?
I have an extra mic for
really?
Yeah. So no. So anyways, yeah. So we're gonna go down there. We're gonna test this out, and then it's kind of gonna be this virtual thing. But maybe if it works and we get some people interested in it, we might be doing a little thing like where, hey, you can win entrance to come actually be there for some of these games and get into the little VIP watch party. It is a small space. It's very exclusive. It's a small, intimate, pretty cool, very chill spot. And And so, yeah, we're going to just try and cause it's in the interest of getting us all three in the same room every once in a while. And then still trying to do something virtual with everybody else. So yeah, definitely tune in tomorrow night. Check us out here, definitely YouTube, Facebook, all the places that we normally stream our show from live. You'll be able to catch us, sync up, and watch the game live with us. And it really is a fun time. It took me a little while to understand the concept, but once we actually did it ourselves, it makes sense. People are into it, and it's a good way to watch an away game with fans. You normally are kind of just sitting there watching it by yourself at home or whatever, and you don't have to actually go out to the bar and spend a lot of extra money to be with other fans and be able to chat and interact with them. So, and you also know that we can always bring people onto the show too. So who knows, you might even have some people call in or do some things like that and bring you in virtually to the watch party as well. So yeah, good times. We're expecting some fun experimentation visually. No, I'm just going down. Oh, never mind. I'm phrasing. I'm gonna stop right there because I'm talking myself in a whole phrasing there. But yeah, it should be a good time, and looking forward to a few more events and seeing what we can do to expand on that idea down there.
If we can get it set up properly, Ian might do Bucks games.
Right. We'll probably help produce him, do some Bucks games there with some of his buddies,
friends,
football guys.
Yeah, guys he used to play with, and
football. We used to play football with.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm really sensitive about phrasing now. Ever since I just had my little faux pas or whatever there. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Speaking of which, I need to come back and watch Archer again. I don't know if you guys ever watched that fucking show, but it's one of the best shows of all time. And I kind of stopped watching after the last season. So, I need to go back and watch that show again. Archer, fucking phenomenal. What? You've never seen Archer, bro? That's crazy to me. That's fun. That you have to go watch that show.
So we're gonna do some kind of fundraiser for Nick Paul's charity. I talked to him at Brandon the other day, and Matt today asked if I wanted to do any giveaways for Thunderbolts, and so I said, "Listen, we're gonna be doing this charity thing." So if I can hold out on any giveaways for that, that would be great. And
it's a good thing I met that guy, isn't it?
And then he wants to sit down and talk to me because Ruslan wants to do something charity oriented.
No. Ruslan needs to come on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously, dude.
But he said something like a golf outing, but I wonder if that means we can raffle off a golf outing with Ruslan. So that would be cool.
Only if we're recording it.
Yeah, well, I will be like, listen, we're gonna go and record this for the show or something, some kind of back thing. Because also I talked to Paul about when we collect the money to do one of those big checks, outside after one of the games or after one of the practices, and anybody that has helped donate can come down there and get a group photo with Nick Paul with the big old check, because unfortunately his charity goes through the Lightning Foundation, which I don't like. So,
who doesn't love a big check?
Yeah. So when I did it for Callie, we got Callie's wife met us downstairs, and we took a big thing with giving her all the cash and everything else. And then Sonia came down and took a big group photo when she was with that charity. So we want to do something with that. Oh, Callie's going to be one of the ones coming back, isn't he? I think he's one of the ones coming back.
Yeah, he'll be here for the alumni. The alumnus.
Are you guys going to any of that stuff?
I'm gonna be back in town Saturday. So
for the game.
So here's the okay. Well, Reggae Rise Up is that whole weekend, so it kind of conflicts with all that. And fucking sadly, I found out 2 days ago that a buddy of mine passed away suddenly, and his memorial service is on Sunday. So I don't really know what my weekend looks like now. It's going to be a little bit, I don't know. And it's spring break, and my wife we can't get our shit together and decide what we're actually going to do, if we're going to do anything. So it's the opposite of Shooter's wife. Must do something, can't make up our idea. Boom, we're just going to make random, boom, we're doing something now. We're gone. I'm a little bit envious of that sometimes, because we suck at making decisions.
Doesn't mean it's good. Doesn't mean just because you make a decision doesn't mean it's good.
There's no such thing as a bad decision. Fair enough.
Yes. Well, the podcast is up. If anyone wants to go listen to the show, now's your chance.
Hey, I did get us a new podcast listener on Spotify today.
Wow.
Good.
There it is. Putting in the good work.
That's the one we needed.
That's the one.
One of my old bosses, I said something about doing the podcast tonight, and he's like, "What podcast?" And I told him, and he found it. He's like, on Shooter in the Stash, and I went, "Yep, that's it." I was like, he's like, "All right, just added it to my playlist."
There you go.
Prepare to be disappointed. You have to be a really hardcore Lightning fan to really, I think.
Yeah, that's fair.
So. He was my boss at Little Caesars back when Little Caesars was inside the arena. So he was involved with a lot of the front office there, and
so he's probably a pretty hardcore fan then.
And now he runs all the Little Caesars at Raymond James. So he's hooked me up with tickets for the Bucks games and free pizzas during the games.
That just reminded me
to be Thomas Schooley. I fucking swear to God, man.
A lot of Little Caesars pizzas.
This motherfucker has a hookup for everything.
He's actually never paid.
Like, you can't say shit about what you could do in Tampa Bay around Thomas Schooley. That motherfucker's got a story and a person and a hookup where he is like, no, it's cool. I've been there like 4 times. Free.
No, I was dying when.
No, I know the guy that invented it. It's cool. No, we did. Yeah.
I was dying the other.
Met him in my dentist office. Yeah. Who knows?
What was it? 2 weeks? Yeah. Was it last Monday that we had sticks on?
No.
2 weeks. No, 2 weeks ago.
When afterwards he was like, "You guys can't say anything to anybody," and I was like, "Oh, he's doing his video." And you were like, "What the fuck?" And even he was like, "What? How did you know?" And I'm like, "Friends with Bo." So yeah, it is
exactly. You can't scoop Schooley, bro. You cannot scoop Thomas fucking Schooley. Like you shouldn't be the professor. Your name should be Scoop. Scoops. I'm lucky enough to. Well, I was talking with this to Matt at Monkey Cult today. I said, I cannot watch games anymore like I used to, though. You guys probably feel, you guys kind of get, but you guys are used to going out on the party deck and stuff like that. But don't tell me that people haven't started coming up to you more now than ever. And people start recognizing who you are and stuff like that. And when I started Thunderbolts, it used to be I can watch the game as a normal fan. And now people know who you are. And so then you're under a microscope. The first 2 years I really started Thunderbolts, all throughout the game, people were like, "Oh, can we meet? Can we meet? Can we meet?" So I was just running around the arena all the time, just meeting people. And then it got to where I've met so many of them that it didn't really get into the meet anymore. But now it's, "Oh, you're Schooley. Oh, hey, Thomas. Oh, hey," and I used to be able to get into Lexus Lounge. I had a hookup there.
and one of the suite managers was like, "Wait a minute, your seats aren't down here." And I'm like, "Did they not know who I was? You know, if it before Thunderbolts, they didn't know who the hell I was, and I just mingled with everybody, and nobody knew that." And so, like when we went up to the radio booth the other day, Jay Retcher came by and squeezed my shoulder as he was walking by, and then I
the shoes. Did you kiss the shoes? Did you kiss the shoes?
No. Then Greg Linnelli, I know who he is. And so Greg Linnelli, he's in the booth too. And he said hi to me and stuff like that. So my rep goes, "Well, isn't it good to be known?" And I said, "No, because you can't do anything wrong."
You fuck all around. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, back in the day, I used to smoke in the stairways, you know, and you know what I'm talking about? Everybody used to smoke in the stairways. You go in, right. So now I can't do anything because I'm so scared of, well, that was Thomas. Oh, that was Schooley. Like I was telling someone the other day when we went to Publix, and this is how stupid I am and how I don't want to do anything bad that's going to ruin my name or Thunderbolts or even Wave the Thunder.
I love that you talk about how stupid you are.
When I go into a bathroom, if there's piss all over, I clean up the piss.
Oh, you stupid.
I don't want somebody to come behind me and think
what?
No,
stop it, bro. Listen, you need to check your fucking self, bro. You need to check yourself. No, you need to fucking check yourself, bro. Nobody gives a fuck about what you do. No, stop it. There's not a single fucking person at that arena. Look, thank you, Clint. Thank you, Clint.
There is people that would be so happy to put that online. Bullshit. Thomas pissed all over the floor.
Then you fucking ignore it or react it and be like, "Yo, I'll piss all over you too, motherfucker." Like, stop it.
So listen, stop it. I'm telling. I think it was. I wish April was on here right now because I think it was with April for that game.
Yeah, I know.
So literally, I go into the restroom at Publix. The nice one, and I spend the first 10 minutes cleaning up someone's piss all over there, and then I come out and I'm like, so I'm telling her, I'm explaining to her why I feel like I have to clean someone's piss, and I'm like,
keep fucking gloves in your back pocket.
No, I had toilet paper everywhere. But so listen, so then as soon as we get outside the Publix, I run into someone I know, and he goes, "Hey, I'm just going to use the bathroom real quick. I'll be back." And I said, see, he would have been the one that came in behind me and was like, "Oh my God, Thomas just pissed everywhere." So when he came out of the bathroom, I said, "It was clean, wasn't it? I cleaned it for you."
What the?
Bullet dodged.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Publix needs to put me on the payroll.
I'm so sorry for anybody. I'm not trying to offend anybody with my complete lack of filter right now, but are you fucking kidding me?
You should.
Are you kidding?
Leaving a note like Thomas Schooley cleaned.
Thomas Schooley was here. Service by the professor. Thomas Schooley.
And then let's make that
this
our
stall
business
was
cards.
personally cleaned by Thomas Schooley of Thunderbolts.
See, well, Clint, yeah, but it's usually when I'm in like the single stall things. Like this was the family restroom that I was in because the regular bathroom was full. So
but if you're at the arena,
if it's at the arena, fuck that. We're all at the urinal and there's 900 people there. I don't clean it there.
In the stall, in the stall in the arena. If you go into one of the stalls, like say you go into one of the you're in the 300s. 2 or 3 of those bathrooms up there used to be women's bathrooms that they converted to men's bathrooms, and there's only like 4 or 5 stalls, and that's it.
Yeah.
If you go in there, do you clean up the piss and that?
No, not there. No.
Okay. So you think you're such a man about town that only when you're like out and about downtown in Tampa and you're like, "Oh, I'm at this restaurant. Now I have to fucking clean the toilet because if someone sees me at Yeoman's." And they going after me and then they're Thomas Schooley pissed all over the toilet seat at Yeoman's.
Yes.
You big time in motherfucker. You big time in motherfucker. Yes. Fuck, dude.
Listen.
Eminem. All right, Eminem.
I try to have a pretty good image. No, I try to have a pretty good image. And I'm like,
well, you're failing miserably at that, first and foremost. So I'll let you know. You fucking suck at that. You've ruined that. You've ruined your image years ago. So next,
I'm like, oh God. And so these are the things that go through my mind. This is,
my God, inside the mind of Thomas School, you're a fucking narcissist, bro.
no,
Jesus. Yes.
no,
That's that dude.
like, I don't
listen,
care if people like me. I just don't want them to have physical evidence of something I've done.
No. It's the fact you think people are gonna come post about you on social media that you like. That's fucking narcissistic, bro. I have to let you know. From a narcissist, I understand these tendencies. That's a fucking narcissistic kind of mentality, bro.
It comes from the early days of Thunderbolts and Thunder Nation fighting. There was plenty of Thomas posts.
I'm still with Clint on this, dude. I'm still on Clint with this. If I see you, if I'm in the bathroom next to you and I see you cleaning up piss, I'm gonna think
it's a single restroom. It isn't a common restroom. It's a single restroom, like a family restroom stuff. Just a single stall. That's it. Nothing else.
Look, you know what I do in that situation? I just leave the fucking toilet seat up. I use my foot every time. Listen. I never touch a fucking toilet seat in public. I have monkey feet anyways, and even with shoes, I'm very fucking agile by like using my feet to do shit. I haven't used my hands to lift a toilet seat in public in probably fucking 25 years.
I don't either.
Yeah, since I was like 15 at least. That's when I learned, hey, dumbass, don't touch the toilet seat. Use your foot. You could do this, right? So I don't touch fucking toilet seats in public. Like I put it back down. But I mean, if I have to shit, then okay, I'm gonna fucking clean. You know what I mean? If the emergency happens, then you gotta shit in public. I'm the guy that, you know, if I gotta go, I gotta go. I'll go in and I'll do my best wipe down job. And you know, that's what you gotta do for yourself. But if I gotta piss and I walk in a single fucking bathroom and there's a line of my best friends in the world behind me, but some stranger went in front of me and pissed off. I'm just going to go piss, leave the toilet seat up, and walk out. And they're going to know that it wasn't me because the toilet seat's fucking up. That's the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's me and it's clean and the toilet seat's going to be down, you're going to be ready to go. If it's all fucked up, I'm just going to put that toilet seat up and I'm going to leave it. And that's how you're going to know that it wasn't Stash that fucking pissed all over the bathroom. It wasn't me. All right? Also, I'm not a fucking Neanderthal in spite of my reputation. And I do know how to accurately piss in a fucking toilet. Even when mostly wasted downtown, I still know how not to piss. Puking is different. I'll puke anywhere. But I know how to fucking piss in a toilet.
The earlier days of Thunder Nation versus Thunderbolts, when we first started Thunderbolts, Thunder Nation, anytime they could catch
those guys,
any of us slipping, any of the admins slipping, they would post it and make a meme of it and everything else. So
I wish I was around back then.
Sounds like a good community to be in.
Yeah.
I wish I was around back then, dude. I would have been fucking hurting everybody's feelings. And I probably would have started my own group that would have fucking destroyed all of you guys. So I guess you guys are welcome that I wasn't involved, because I would have just started making fun of you both, and I would have probably become way more of a popular group.
They hated us because we ignored them. So that was the problem. And they deleted like all of the admins out of their group, where all their admins were still in ours.
There's been Thunder Nation people watching.
They just dropped off. They're like, oh fuck.
The funny part is I honestly don't give a fuck about any of you guys. Anyway, I don't care. I don't care. And I personally, I mean, honestly, I put Six of Fire at the top for me, because I just think that I've.
Oh, I know. I've gotten those messages.
Fuck them. Don't watch my show. They come in way better numbers than your Thunder. Well, your Thunderbolt fans can kiss my ass then, because if you're gonna have personal fucking issues and not come support your fucking guy that started your shit just because one of the persons talks about fucking Sticks of Fire, fuck you, because Sticks of Fire is gonna show up. And I talked to them yesterday, and I told them for a fact they came. Okay.
Well, number one, Thunderbolts. Listen, if you want to do a Thunderbolts versus Sticks of Fire, Thunderbolts would win. Hands down.
Not viewers,
they've collected more money than anything Sticks of Fire ever done.
About this show,
and they show up more than anybody on the show.
I'm talking about this show. I don't think so.
Yeah. Oh, you don't think so? Go look at any of the comments. Look at any of the comments in the show.
Okay. Consistently. Okay.
Yeah, you tell me consistently. You tell me who talks the most in those comments.
I do, and most of them are people we've met personally.
Yeah,
Not necessarily. Oh, we're. I don't think so. 100%. So I'm not gonna get personal about it. You don't gotta fucking get your pennies in a wad about
it.
No,
you started getting your pennies in a wad.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I'm just saying, if you're not gonna watch my show because I like Sticks of Fire, then yes, fuck you. That's petty as fuck. That's petty. I've never talked shit about Thunderbolts. That's petty.
You don't let me finish. That's the biggest complaint about you is you don't take criticism and you don't let people finish their talk.
I don't give a shit about and you know what's also petty is that people message you. They don't have the balls to just say something right then and there. Right? That's petty as fuck too.
Trust me, I know that.
Petty.
They message Shooter. They message me. I know. Yeah. Trust me.
I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't give a fuck.
I know that.
No, exactly.
Overtime.
What? I don't care, dude.
Well, we know.
What I like.
We know. What the fuck do you know, Thomas?
People from both groups.
I put my ass on the line for the show all the fucking time, and I do the work on the fucking ground for the show. And I'm out there, not fucking sticking just to my little group. I'm out there around the circles, putting in my work to try and grow this fucking show in all the groups.
I don't do anything with Sticks of Fire.
I didn't fucking. Hey, I'll tell you right now. Everyone yesterday had a problem with. Oh, I see Thomas, and every time he was on the show, what?
Uh-oh.
I don't go.
Clint.
Whatever. Hey, that's fair. Hey, we're all a bunch of piss cleaners, one way or another, right? Listen, I'm just telling you right now, dude. That's what you told me, and that was my reaction. So if you have more to say, then say it. But don't just say, "Oh."
I was trying, but you went into a rage about it.
I didn't go into a rage. I went on a tangent. I didn't go into a rage. Let's not use fucking exaggeration here. Okay?
Then a tangent. So they were just saying that you just say Sticks of Fire a lot.
Because they are the ones that give me free tickets a lot. They are the ones that engage with me a lot. They're the ones that reach out to me a lot. That's who has embraced me more than anybody else. If the people that embrace me, I would talk about the people from Thunderbolts if they actually embraced me, but they don't.
Jody?
Yeah, okay. There's a few of them, but I think those are crossover people, and those are the people that have met me in person. The people that sit here and watch the show, and then they don't, and I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. I don't, and it's not like, oh, I'm an asshole about it. That's my mentality. I am who I am, and if you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. That's fine. I do the show for everyone that wants to watch, and if you don't want to watch, that's okay. I also do it for myself because I enjoy it. Rob and I started doing this shit long before anyone else came along, and we're gonna continue to do this shit as long as we want to, regardless of who's watching. And that's all I'm saying. If you're gonna stop watching because I say Sticks of Fire too much, I think that's garbage. I'm sorry that they hurt your feel. Like, I don't understand why you would be like, oh, our group is my group, and if you talk about anybody else's group, that's no, I can't do that. Like, so
no one has said that.
But that's the way you represented it.
How
like, oh, how is it?
No, I said nothing about Thunderbolts. I said nothing about Thunderbolts. Nothing.
Well, anyways, I'm not. Look, I would whatever. I know how this is going to end up being. Is Phil's on a tangent? He's on a rage. Look at what Phil always does. What
there ain't nobody watching.
Always does,
except for
everyone watching him. But I'm just talking about, like, this is what I always get put into the situation is, like, I don't understand why anyone would say, like, okay, I have my opinions and I'm very opinionated, but I also have the ability, if you actually give me a reason to listen, I listen. I will, and I have, and I do. And people corrected me a lot of times on this show. And we all have an opinions, and that's the whole point of the show, is that it's an opinion-based show. That's what we do. We sit back like a bunch of Americans, and we sit down and we think our opinion is so important, and we have to put it out on the internet for everyone to see, right? I mean, that's what we all do anyway. So, you know, there's some things that I'm very passionate about, and when I'm passionate about it, just like anybody else, I believe, I get a little bit stubborn and I get a little bit set in my ways. And yeah, maybe I don't listen and maybe I get a little bit loud, but I don't think that makes me any different than most people on this planet. honestly. And if it does, well, if I'm wrong, then well, I'll just live in my fantasy a little bit longer, I guess.
I honestly on here try not to bring up. That's why I didn't even put Thunderbolts in the name anymore, because I've been trying to separate the two.
But I don't mind. I just
I do.
Everybody.
This is We the Thunder. That's Thunderbolts. That's Sticks of Fire. Is there a lot of crossover between the two groups? Yes. Do I love a lot of people in Sticks of Fire? Sure do. Do I still don't believe in some of the things that they do? Yes.
I mean, right, but I mean, they're still a nonprofit. You know what I mean? They're a nonprofit group. I mean,
they are, but they haven't used that, and that's probably my biggest complaint with them is that
I don't think it's intentional. I don't think that. I just think that they don't. I don't think that they're. I don't know how to put it. I don't know how to explain it.
Here's my biggest thing with them.
Because I don't really have a dog in the race. I don't. Yes, they do hook us up, me and Shooter, with tickets quite a bit. But that's because it's usually like a Tuesday or Thursday game whenever, you know, it's a random thing. Hey, we've got a couple extra. We know you're going to be loud. The main reason I get invited is because I'm loud as fuck. They do their chants, and I'm one of the loudest people in the arena. That's why I get invited to sit with them, because that's what they're known for, is to be loud. And that's what I enjoy. I like going and being loud, and I'm not being judged by, you know, who is going to be sitting next to me. Is that guy a little bit loud? Is he a little bit drunk, or is he having a good time? I'm part of that whole row that's doing that. I'm not going to get singled out. Like you're saying, somebody's got eyes on me. Somebody's watching me. Oh, I saw Stash at the other game. Oh, wow. Look at that. You know what I mean? Got to the Boston fan. You didn't clean up his piss, and he yelled at a Boston fan. Well, you know what? Up in 307, we all are yelling at the Boston fan. You know what I mean? It's not just me. So that's why, you know, maybe I'm not trying to pander. I'm just telling, like, that's my people, I guess. And so that's why I talk about it, you know, and I would talk about Thunderbolts more, but we've done one event, and when we did, I talked about them a lot. And I always acknowledge those people in the comments. I always do my best to talk about them. And I like that you bring Thunderbolts, but we can't just be like, oh, well, if you talk about one group too much, then that's not, like, I'm trying to get to all the groups, you know? I mean, Thunder Nation could kiss my ass, but
even like Lightning
that was a joke where you're supposed to fucking laugh because I was taking it back.
Lightning Strikes we don't mention at all. And that's
to me, I think Lightning Strike. Well, to me, I think Lightning Strikes has kind of started dying off, and
yeah,
and I talk about Adrian all the time. I always acknowledge him as a person. I don't acknowledge Lightning Strikes because, to me, again, I think as a group, I don't see as many people posting in there. I don't see as much compelling conversation. Well, and I have been, but I pin all of those groups, so like I make sure all that shit hits my feed. So I'm at least active.
The link to
and
that one,
I try to chat in Thunderbolts as much as I can. I always try to bring things up, and like I that was the thing, is like I wanted to promote the barbecue yesterday, but that I didn't know how in Thunderbolts. And then when I did, I feel like I did it the fucking wrong way, because it was really half-assed, and I didn't like. So I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes, but I am trying to have like an olive branch or be like a bridge between two groups, because I think it's silly for there to be any rivalries in these groups, because we're all Lightning fans. We could be different types of Lightning fans, but we're all Lightning fans together. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's okay if Thunderbolts is more of like the reserved classic, like we're never going to do crazy shit. Like, you know what I mean? That's cool. We need fan groups like that. But we also need a fan group like Sticks of Fire that's going to be crazy. Everyone complains that it's fucking quiet on TV. Well, Sticks of Fire is the group that maybe their chants are kind of lame or annoying sometimes, but they're also fun and engaging, and they're going to be loud. If you look at
last week's show, I stood up for them and said how you might not agree with Sticks of Fire, but there needs to be some kind of unity across the board. Whether
that's what I'm about,
and
that's what I'm trying
to do.
Debbie
was on here saying thank you, Thomas, and everything else. Like my biggest issue, and this is where. And I've talked to Debbie about it, and I believe Debbie should have been the president, but that's neither here nor there. And, you know, there's a big divide. Here's the problem is there's a big divide now that they have these new presidents and everything else. Andrew, I personally love Andrew. I've rented boats from Andrew back when he was doing the e-boats behind the convention center there.
Yeah, convention center, yeah.
So me and Andrew, I like Andrew and everything else. Debbie, love Joyce. Rob and Christy, I went and had lunch with them this season already. Them and Kim and Ed, we all went and had lunch together. They have a lot of work to do on their image from past times. Now,
but see, I don't know any of that. That's my thing. Right. It's like everyone's talking about their image. The only image I've ever known about them, and I'm social media, like I'm not on the Twitter and Instagram and shit like that, but I've always been on Facebook. I've always been part of these groups. I've been aware of Sticks of Fire since they started. Well, and I don't understand what image issues people, and that's what I'm saying. It's like I feel like it's just a matter of, oh, we're this type of fan, you're that type of fan, and now we're gonna judge you for being that type of fan. And I don't know where the fuck that comes from.
No, if you ask Debbie, I mean, me and Debbie's talked about it. If you ask Debbie that they were known as just the party group, they used to charge $20, and they're going to probably go back to the charge of membership because they realize when they open it up that everybody all of a sudden just says, I'm a Sticks of Fire member, and they start shit around the arena, and it comes back as Sticks of Fire, which, you know, is bad.
I was talking with Tony yesterday, and he said it's going to be like optional, really. Yeah. Like, and then you get something official, and that's what they're going to say. It's like once you actually like pay the dues, then you get like an official shirt or a scarf or something that makes you like that. Not anyone can buy like the Refs You Suck shirt or whatever at a watch party or whatever. But if you pay the dues, then you get like
last season. Somebody approached one of the players at the airport, Ann Cooper at the airport.
Right. Yeah.
I get message from the team asking who is this, because I was always in charge of the airport things. And then come to find out it was a Sticks of Fire member. Right. And you know, and me and Debbie's going back and forth. And so, and that's just their old the party ways when they first started. Sean and them, they got bigger. Their heads got bigger when they got big. And then
Mr. I clean up my piss in a bathroom because I'm worried about who's watching me.
Not my piss, somebody else's piss.
I'm cleaning. No, I'm sorry. You're right. Let me make it worse. Let me make it true and worse. I clean up other people's piss before I pee in a bathroom.
I just don't want a bad image. You know, and like you say, I try to be applicable with Sticks of Fire, because I don't want a bad name. I don't want to be known as someone who hates Sticks of Fire, because I get along with 90% of them.
You don't want to be the Big Storm Brewing of the Lightning fan base, right?
Yeah, and I just get along with, you know, and same with you, how you say you want one unity, everybody's Lightning fans. Same thing. But then they did this secret meeting or whatever where they picked the new people in charge of Sticks of Fire. And the old people that were in charge didn't get invited to it. And so now it's split into two different sides of Sticks of Fire. And of course, the one that's against the new ones keeps coming to me and being like, and I'm like, I don't want to hear any of it, because I still like Debbie. I mean, the first thing I message Debbie is, why aren't you the president? Because
we've got, right. I mean, I don't know how many times Shooter and I went and had drinks before the game or randomly downtown with Debbie and Joyce. And
I reached out to Debbie asking her if she would be part of another podcast, because we talked about branching out to other podcasts. And so I reached out to her, and she said that she couldn't do it full time, but she would be a guest every once in a while. That would be fine. And because I admire Debbie, I admire Joyce, Andrew. There's a lot of them that I do. It's just the fact that they had a bad image back after the 2015-16 year. And, you know, and it's died down since then.
Hold on. 15-16 was a tough year for all of us. All right.
Yeah. That was when they got their name.
No, I meant person. No, but anyways.
But like, so, you know, they said the nonprofit, and it was kind of hard. The thing that got me upset is they did a 50-50 and kept half the money.
Well, I mean, that's usually what, like, I mean, nonprofit doesn't mean that the organization doesn't make any fucking money. The organization, like, if you're doing parties and shit, like, for example, yesterday, they took a collection for food costs Well, all of their food was paid for because through the organization, they gave me the money to cover all of my food costs.
Right.
They
No,
asked me
something
how much
like
money
that.
did you
That's
spend,
fine.
and then whatever the rest of it went to the Alzheimer's or not Alzheimer's Autism Speaks Foundation, because it's Robin Christie's foundation. So
Yes.
you know what I mean? Like I feel like, and that's what, okay, so their past is their past. Let's move the fuck on. Like, okay, they had a bad reputation then. This is different people now. And if the old membership is the one that was part of the partying and shit, and well, then sorry that they had a secret meeting and then they felt like they had to go a new direction. If you have to have a secret meeting to choose membership or leadership, then probably that old leadership wasn't doing their fucking job, is what I would have to say personally. So all I know is what my experience has been in the last 3 seasons. I knew them before, and I like before we even started like We the Thunder officially, like I knew them from the 15-16 season. Actually, it's when the first time I kind of ran into them and like started forming friendships and relationships with that group. And it was still a little bit different, and I was a little bit different back then. You know, I was a lot more, way more party guy than I am now, like big time, because I was like right when before our son was born. So like I was still, you know, having good times. So yeah, like it's cool that they started the way they did, but their founding members are still part of it. I mean, 2 of their founding members were there yesterday, and we spoke with Nikki and hung out, and like, you know, they were there at the tailgate yesterday. So
who
Eric one is the guy that plays the drums,
right?
And then I always forget his name.
Sean Realm.
I think so. Him and his wife just had a young baby, and it's weird because they hang out with me and Nikki a lot. They were at the last watch party and they sat at the same table with us, and they had their baby with them.
Sean and Tully were the original founders and presidents of it. Tully ended up moving away and giving everything to Sean. And that's when things got a little bit hectic. And then the following year, they kind of voted Sean out of president and didn't welcome him back in the group for a year and tried to redo their image. And they redid their image, but then they were unheard of. Sean Wayne, but it's Sean Real.
Names. I'm bad. Like Nikki's always the one that's like, go. Like I was sitting there repping my fucking meat. You know what I mean? I was like, this is my table, blah, blah, blah. And then Nikki's one. She's like, oh, they were at the last watch party, but they don't have their baby. It's like, why'd she look for me? Like, oh, I'm like, oh, that's nice. It's like they hung out, and then Nikki's really, because then he had a beard, so I can't be sure. You know, dudes look way different, baby face, and then
Dennis Donnelly would have been there too.
Damn it, I'll have to ask Nikki and talk about it later, but I can't. I think it was Sean. Anyways, he's like, Eric kind of told one origin story, and then he told like a more in-depth one. No, it wasn't him. Him. Anyways, the point I was making is that like it seems like that group has their shit together a little bit more this year than they did last year. And I'm not sitting here trying to fucking gossip about them. That was not the like intent. I was just saying that, you know, they've been very welcoming to both me and Shooter, and to Shooter and the Stash, and you know, they're, you know, very friendly of our brand too, not just We the Thunder, and not just them. Like, you know, they appreciate the whole thing, and so that's why I probably talk about them, you know, more than anybody else. It's just natural. It's like if you have like one kid that you like more than the other, you tell the stories about the kid that's more amazing. No, I don't know. That was a bad joke. I don't know, but maybe Shooter would know.
Maybe if you showed up at a Thunderbolts picnic once a year.
Well, I was at the party, the Christmas party this year.
Yeah. But look how much support you got from there. And that was more people that have showed up to any of the Sticks of Fire events.
Well, that was your event that we happened to be like, okay, were also there. That was the thing you guys always do. We
That's
haven't
right,
even officially done anything with Sticks of Fire. The only official event we've done is that thing with We the Thunder.
Okay, you looked homeless. Yeah, you looked homeless yesterday, by the way.
Yeah, dude, I was having fucking meat sweats, bro. I'd been up for 36 hours barbecuing,
Cooking meat, then eating
cooking
meat.
meat, and then eating meat, and then fucking treating people with my meat. It was it was a meat treat, a trifecta of meat. And I was actually very, very sad that, well, not sad, surprised actually that my ribs were a huge hit, because like I've considered ribs like my least like of my, I don't know, like I'm best at brisket, really good at pulled pork, ribs, meh. I don't really have a lot of experience, but like they fucking crushed yesterday. So,
and I've stopped at some of their tailgates, but I can't do the marches because I have a tradition to go in when the doors open and be there for warm-ups.
Oh, that's fine, dude. And you know, that's awesome. I actually, when I take my son next time, we're gonna go in early and hang out with you for sure. Because I think that would change his entire perspective of going to games for sure.
Yeah, you get them down there at the ice, and there's Cole, Stammer, and Maroon always give pucks on our side. Point, Sergachev, and Perry gives points on pucks on the other side.
I'm not even sure how close I've been in the arena for warm-ups, but I don't think I've even been on ice for like pre warm-ups. You know what I mean? Like I'm there for like when they kind of come out and then go, like you guys are there before there's even like any jumbotron on or anything, right?
We line up at 5 p.m. and then doors open up at 6, and we're the first ones in at 6. It's like Sarah the other day was running late, and they come out for warm-ups at 6:30. Doors open at 6. They come out for warm-ups at 6:30, and I'm like, "Where are you?" Because she had this poster saying he wanted a puck for warm-ups. I was like, you need to get here. Well, they come out for warm-ups. I'm like, where are you? She's like, walking in now. I was like, hurry up, because they're getting to the point where they start handing out pucks now. And he runs downstairs, gets his sign there, and Maroon starts looking for a kid to give the puck to, and we pointed to her son, and he whiffed on the first throw to him, and then got it the second time around. He got it over and got it to her son. And he didn't let that puck go the whole night. And then it was a Thunderbolts member that gave her free tickets to the game. He's actually an security guard there at the arena. He gave her tickets to the game. So they had a fun time.
Yeah, I saw that. That's cool, man. Sarah's one of like my favorite fans.
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel bad that she was racing from Jacksonville.
That's why she's my favorite fan.
She got
like
stuck.
She lives in Jacksonville and goes to more games than 90% of the fans, like the non-season ticket member fans in Lightning fan base, right?
Listen, Serena and Adrian live in Orlando and are STMs. I'm like, kudos to them.
Yeah, because fuck that drive.
Yeah.
Like as much as I said fuck everything else before, fuck that drive like 10 times harder.
Yeah,
they drive harder than anything in my life, dude. Yeah, bullshit.
They were smart, and they bought membership to the Florida Aquarium for $100 for both of them.
So you get park there.
Free parking every game.
Yeah. And honestly, coming from Orlando, you can jump off sooner.
Yep.
Than all the bullshit going through the Ybor traffic. Like if you jump off like on Adamo a little bit sooner and like come fucking that way, you can.
And they get the trolley from behind the arena and right to their car.
Yeah. And then somehow Adrian still missed the fucking trolley whenever we were park going. That was funny. That was a fun time.
He what?
Because he missed the trolley. He had to stay behind and go to the bathroom, but then they were like, he got lost and took the wrong trolley, like the wrong way, and then had to come back.
He is the most wandering person I have ever met anywhere.
It's like a real life Hobbits is like that dude. You
gotta have a leash on him, or you lose him.
Right?
Yeah. When we were in Dallas, we were walking to a bar, and he's just like nonchalantly just and I'm like, let's go, Adrian, come on. And I'm behind him hurting him, and he's like, it's true. He's like, I do. I just go around looking at everything.
That's Enrique, bro. In Vegas. That's Enrique.
Oh, really?
We lost him 6 times in 4 days in Vegas. Like legit lost him for like more than a half an hour. Like where we had to stop everything we were doing and put an APB to all of our friends and family and Tim's family that were there. And like, let's track down Enrique. Like we like he would disappear and they'd be like, we're like, text him, where are you? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Well, I'm here. Well, how the fuck did you get there?
I'm in a casino.
I'm here.
Yeah, that's all of Vegas.
I'm outside of Walgreens. Listen, if you haven't fucking been to Vegas, there's like 10 Walgreens on the fucking Vegas Strip. Who knew? There's as many fucking Walgreens as there are casinos on the Vegas Strip. One of them right next to our hotel. One of them 5 blocks down, next to a very similar looking fucking hotel. Like, who knew? Yeah, Enrique. 6 times. 6 times we lost him for more than half an hour. And then there were multiple times where he was like, just, oh shit, where did Enrique go? And it took us like 5 or 10 minutes to track him down. Oh, all right, get the fuck over here, dude. It was funny. It was a whole thing. Holy shit, right. Hour and a half long overtime.
Wait, I want to see. I'm going to send you guys something on Instant Messenger. Just
right.
look at it, but don't. I just want to see your guys' response, but don't say what it is.
Send me the Lightning Strikes group, because I swear because you've mentioned that one before, and when I search for it, it doesn't come up. Like I swear I'm banned from it or something.
You probably are.
But I don't really post stuff.
Talk about me. You're the one that always gets banned from shit.
Well, listen, the other day when I saw Debbie's post about fighting on the party deck with Philly fans, I was like, Phil's got to be in there somewhere. Sure enough, there you are.
And by the way, I did not fight whatsoever. Angie was the one that was fired up. Like Angie was up, like on the fucking chair, like what the fuck? How dare you? Like trying to get them to like get Lightning or the Six Fire to like over chant them. And I was like, whoa, no, don't. And I literally shut them down. With all I did was chant HOCKEY at them. That's all I did. They did EAGLES. I was like, HOCKEY, you guys are the wrong fucking game and wearing the wrong damn colors, bro. And they were like, oh, and I'm like, no, you guys are fucking idiots. Like,
no, Rob, it won't let me invite you. You must be blocked from that group.
Well, to tell them that's why we don't post in it.
I do. I post the link in it.
Where is that from that you sent us? Where did that come from?
The Twitter universe.
Tell him he must have Shooter in the Stash blocked too. Because
why'd you fucking send that to me?
I can search for groups there as well, and I can't find it there. So I'm
it was pre-Adrian.
I'm personally banned, and Shooter in the Stash is banned.
You know why though? It's because they were I will say this: they were the ones that were really They were the ones that were really shitty about us posting our podcast and like trying to promote ourselves in that group. They were really shitty about that. They didn't want.
You want to hear the funny part?
I remember that's why.
You want to hear the funny part? Is you know who their admins were? Sticks of Fire. Yeah, the old Sticks of Fire group, and then they got. That was Chuck and Dennis and Sean were all admins there.
Well, I don't know about time frames, and I don't know all the inner workings of all this shit. Like, and the last thing I like to do is like gossip or anything like that. I know it's my personal experience is what I usually draw from in these situations, and I think all the groups, like I think I made most of my connection with Thunderbolts people on the trip to Nashville more than anything really, and that was a really cool experience. But I think more of the Sticks of Fire I've made through like our like what we do, and like them knowing kind of shooting a stash and like reaching out to us that way, and like, you know, I don't know. So I don't know. I guess
see,
that's just why I
they get the tickets to give away though.
Yeah.
I mean,
and that's a lot of leverage. Yeah, that's a lot of leverage. You know?
I mean, and that's another thing is, you know, when you get free tickets from Franzone to give away, you know, every game, if they said to me, here's 10 tickets to give away every night, I'd be like, okay,
make you better.
I'll stop talking shit about you.
I'd be like, okay, here, you guys enjoy it.
Maybe
you know,
if you didn't talk shit about him, you would.
Yeah.
No,
let me tell you something. So yesterday, Steve Mandingo sent me his tickets last minute, and so I wasn't going to the game, and I knew Shooter wasn't going to go to the game, and I knew you were going. I had every intention of going. My car is.
I definitely would have used them. I just don't ask.
My car
I wanted to take my family to the game yesterday, but I just don't ask people for tickets. If I get tickets, people always offer them to me. I never ask.
My car is now going to be a junkyard thing. So I am currently renting through Toro a car, and had to pick yesterday. I was playing Uber to one of my friends so I can use her car. So I had to give my tickets away for free. But then Steve Mandingo, so this guy won them, and I sent them to him, and he's like, "Is this fake? Or are you just what did he say? Are these real tickets, or is this a scam?" Because they're 112. And I'm like, no, they're real. I said it would be kind of shitty for an admin of that group to give you fake tickets.
Right.
Think about the posts those would do. Yeah. Forget about the piss ones. That would be really bad. So, I'm like, no, they're real. So after the game last night, well, once he was in the game, I was like, did you get in? Did they work? And he's like, yes, thank you. And then after the game, he's like, thank you so much.
I think it's official. After the last time I sat in Steve's seats with Ty, he doesn't gonna offer me his tickets anymore. I don't know what it is, dude, but he hasn't offered him. He's offered him to both of you guys multiple times. He hasn't offered them to me ever. And I've told him that it's hard for me to get 3 tickets. I want to take Nikki and Hunter, but it's hard for me to get 3 tickets. So
anytime
you'll have to message him, dude.
Anytime he gives them to me, it's usually let's do a giveaway, like we did the Twitter one. Well, twice we've done the Twitter. He did one, Shooter did one, and then I did one. And then
I don't understand. It's been multiple times that you guys have actually sat in his seats.
Oh no, I've only sat in his seats once, and that was with Shooter.
Yeah, I know. So and then that's one of the times. That's one of the times.
I've never sat in his seats besides that.
But anyways, I don't know. I feel like because Ty was all fucking drunk, and we got into an argument. And Ty acted like an asshole. And I think that, like...
See, I didn't even hear about this.
I don't know. Yeah. People, again, you're talking about your image about fucking people about you piss on a toilet. Well, I take the wrong person to a game, and he gets all drunk and starts yelling at me because he won't shut up while I'm trying to watch a fucking game. And, then suddenly, maybe I don't get offered those tickets anymore.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Never. Well, fucking A. I wish. But
he's in Buffalo. His dad's in real bad shape, Steve Mandingos.
Yeah.
And he's in Buffalo with him. But
maybe the moral of the story is I should just not be a bitch, and sometimes now we're thinking just fucking actually ask.
Yeah.
Too. I don't know. I'm just not an asker. I usually try to do shit my own.
He said to me the one time, he said, "Why don't you ever sit in my seats?" And I said, I spent 4 seasons down in the 100s. I want to give the other people experience in that. And he said, oh, well, okay, that makes sense. And then the day that I sat with him and Shooter, literally, I hadn't asked anybody to sit with me yet. And he's like, hey, you want to sit with me and Shooter? He's like, you give away your tickets? And I was like, okay, yeah, I didn't have anybody going with me, so I can do that. And then we lost. So,
because I wasn't fucking there.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know what else to fucking say.
Where were you? You were out of town, right?
No,
Were you home?
Yeah.
I thought there was something you weren't going to that game for some reason.
no, I don't think so. Hold on, it was that Buffalo game, right?
Yeah.
And they lost in overtime when X fucking shooter did get tripped. Thursday. No, I was here. I was around.
That's it. That's the only time I've sat in his seats.
Yeah, and it was awful.
Yeah.
I sat there. I
he
sat
told-
there with him. Was that me and you, Shooter, when we sat there together with Steve?
That was the only
No?
time I sat with Steve. Was that game with Thomas?
Where did I sit with him?
Ty. That was
No.
your mistake.
No. When I sat with Ty is whenever when Ty won the tickets and I sat with him. I didn't even get the tickets. Like that.
Oh, that's right. Ty won it on the show.
He won it here on the show. And him and his buddy Sean were there, and they were like wasted before I got there. And yeah, but I think maybe I sat there one other time after that. I sat there with somebody else, I can't remember who it is now. Maybe it was Joe Fred. Maybe that's the problem. Both Ty and Joe sat in those seats.
No, Joe's funny because Joe somehow knows like the security guards there.
Mike just look, Mike's needs. It's better late than never, Mike.
I know he's been watching the whole time.
Yeah.
He finally chips in. He's like, dude, you guys have been talking shit about fucking Sticks of Fire, fucking gossiping about my group this whole time.
Oh, please. Mike's one of the bigger shit talkers.
Bro, Mike's the one that was like, yo, you should have fucking won.
I sat
I'm telling you, a lot of them had my back yesterday. I will tell you that, dude. Like
Stash
and no fucking diss. Like Rob makes good food, bro, and like Rob throws down, and that guy carries a lot of weight at tailgates, and like I'm impressed by that. So like
Rob has always done that. Like Rob offered to do that for a Thunderbolts party. For our summer party, they offered to come out and raise money for our charities and stuff like that. And you know, and that's where I love many of the Sticks of Fire people. It's just
you live in the past, bro.
No. If
dude, you have no like understanding. I'm just fucking making a joke, dude, to bring levity to it because I feel like we've talked about it way too long now.
Yeah. I just think if everybody was just fans and it wasn't separate groups, it would be so much better.
Oh, you mean how I look at everyone and I say, "Oh, that's Mike's Need. He's a Lightning fan. Oh, that's Stash. He's a Lightning fan. Oh, that's Jody. She's a Lightning fan."
That's how I do too.
That's how I look at everyone. It doesn't
matter.
Like
Mike come out of I think the bathroom the other day. I wonder if he was cleaning up his piss. But
no, he's supposed to clean up your piss. One time we forgot to. Like, damn it, it's got to clean up Thomas Schooley's piss.
And he was walking past me.
Talk shit about people.
He was walking past me, so I smacked him, and then he was like, "Hey!" And I'm like,
"Fucking abusing people." See, it's you that people. You're the reason people watch the show, not me. You fucking physically abuse people in public. Jesus, you're a narcissist. You publicly abuse people in public. Like this.
Do you have boobs?
Gotta stop.
No, let me grab my Ohio State shirt. Hold on, my hat
and the red vest.
Yeah, no, I'm leaving.
Ohio State and a red vest. I remember him saying red vest. Oh man,
I don't know if it was.
See, and by the way, thanks everyone for sticking it out because like this is what I like about the overtime thing is like. Bro, we're three different people, and sometimes shit fucking gets real, man. But you got to keep watching. You can't just bail because sometimes it gets intense. Like, isn't that what people like? Sometimes real shit is real, right? Isn't that why fucking reality TV became a thing?
Yeah,
that's what we are.
Usually,
we're like live action reality TV podcast video, fucking
Anchormen.
disseminators.
yeah, but now reality TV's all scripted. So
right, exactly. And then we're
It's
going
not
back to OG.
reality no more.
We're taking it real. We're taking it back to the OG reality, like fucking real world.
You guys
We're
didn't get the
fucking real.
script?
3 hosts, 1 show. What happens when people stop being fake and start being
hold on, I'm eating.
oh shit.
Crumbs to this rum cake.
No, I'm surprised you haven't started licking the bag yet. You son of a gun.
Yeah.
Where is that at? I don't see that.
What?
That comment.
I don't know.
I don't know.
shared it.
But I did. I was sitting right in front of Mike and didn't even realize till like towards the end of the period.
Do you see that on there, Shooter?
There's an excuse for that, Mike.
Shooter, do you see that comment?
Yeah. Well, it's not up now, but
No, but do you see it in the
feed,
comment
'cause
section?
I shared it. I'm the one that's sharing it.
Yeah, but from the comment section.
I see it. Yeah.
I don't see it in the comment section anywhere.
Mike blocked you.
He banned me.
Apparently.
You just got banned by Mike. He's like,
He doesn't like
"Fuck you,
Thunderbolts."
I was cool."
That's the only one I see
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
Mike.
He's like, no, he's like, I'm done with your gossiping ass, you son of a gun.
Yeah.
He's
Hold on,
gonna start posting about you on Twitter. This guy cleans up random people's piss and
I can tell you that your rum cake is now gone, Stash. You pissed me off. It's gone.
That's all right. You know what? That's all right. Because guess what? You're not the only one that has Matt's number.
Oh,
You're not the only one
Now I got
that needs to
He's
You're not-
unblocked me now that we called him out.
You're not the only one that has an open invitation to hang out with Matt. You saw his comment. If I lived down in St. Pete, or even like where I used to live in West Chase, yes, we both would probably have to go to AA because we would probably hang out like every day.
Don't read the serving size.
Oh, Jesus, it's 1/3 of it, right? 4 servings per package.
4 servings.
Yeah. Ultimate fat boy treat. That sucks. You can eat mine. You can eat mine.
Serving size, 1
God
slice.
damn it, dude. I don't need it. Don't need it.
Oh,
There's a reason why
we're
I'm
eating
like
one tomorrow for sure.
mid chest up for a reason.
Not tomorrow. Tomorrow, everything's gonna be out.
Bro, not only when I get fat, do I get a really bad spare tire, it's fucking lopsided. That's the worst thing about it, bro. Like my love handles are lopsided. On one side, it gets bigger than the other. Like I have a fucking deformed boobs or something. It's fucking weird. That's when I know I have to start working out again. And like, all right, I gotta stop drinking so much beer. I need to start riding the bike. But it's harder now because I'm in my 40s. When it's in my 30s, it would take me just like a couple of months of like being more disciplined and paying a little bit more attention to what I eat, and I would lose that fat real fast. Now I feel like, well, A, I'm a lot less disciplined, and B, I'm a lot older now. So fuck.
I hope Matt's not watching this, but this guy, the guy that makes the rum cake, puts his own website on the back of it. So I'm going.
Oh no!
I'm looking to see how much they sell it for.
Such an asshole. Don't scoop our sponsor, bro.
I'm just looking.
All right.
Free delivery within a 10-mile radius. I will move 10 miles from this place. I need to find a new house that's close to you, please. Oh, I don't see it by the slice, huh?
Oh my god, that's
you can taste the rum in it too. It's definitely got rum taste.
Boozy.
Best rum cake known to mankind. I agree. I second that.
It's a lot of pressure now.
And he slaps his sticker on it. His sticker doesn't come on it. He slaps it on there.
I take that with great pride and pleasure. That's a great compliment, Mike Sneed.
Someone's got to take their shirt off then.
No, I was gonna say, don't take your shirt off.
It wouldn't be me, but
Galaxy PO box, problem solved.
Maybe after a couple of those rum cakes, get all hopped up on some kava, A little bit of kratom.
I think
a rum
tomorrow
cake.
we should do
Come on,
at least the second and third period topless.
shirtless. Let's see topless.
And let's
Damn
make
it.
sure we
See, it's
tag
all-
those puck bunnies that are all pissed off at schoolies so they can watch us.
We're all coming full circle back to the strippers again. See? what the hell? Strippers and cocaine tonight is the theme. Oh man. And gossiping about fucking Lightning fan groups.
I didn't realize it was going to get that much. 11.6 thousand views.
Bro, you called out basic ass bitches and you thought nothing was gonna happen?
Well, this is you're not on Twitter. You're not on Twitter. Fucking
I
Shooter.
know how it works.
Shooter retweets it and says Schoolie was it crashing young girls' dreams or something.
Yes, I saw that.
I
said-
say you're a cuck.
I'm trying to watch any of that. When did Tampa get so
You
many
are.
bunnies? It's crazy these ladies think like Sergey are going to leave his wife and unborn child for them, or Pointer will leave Sydney, or even Paul and Colton are going to leave their girlfriends. Stay classy, ladies.
I saw that.
I mean, it's nothing like bad. Oh, so here's Chris's from the podcast here. So that girl, Chloe, hers was, "It's your day. You're 27. Happy birthday to my boy. You're sometimes the only thing I can find happiness in. The fact that you know me and get happy when you see me, it makes me so happy. So happy 27th birthday, Braden. Thank you for saving me." Look at Stash's face. He's got a tick now.
So it's just cringy. I mean, it's cringy. I'm
So
not gonna
Chris
lie,
from the
it's cringy.
show put, "I'm all about having favorite players on my favorite team, but it takes it to a whole new level, like Psycho Stalker levels." And he put Adam Sandler gif saying Psycho. So her response
It's
was,
not going to be good. There's never going to be a good response to that.
well, there's 15 responses, but hers is, "I'm a psycho stalker for wishing him a happy birthday. The man who is one of the only reasons I am still alive. Yeah, absolutely not. I have a right to say all that about him. I did nothing wrong." Then he put, "I don't mind you saying happy birthday. That's not the issue. It's the way you're saying it. The post from the last few days, it makes you out to be a creeper and a stalker. I'll leave it at that because I actually have empathy with those with mental health issues because I do as well." And then someone said, "Just shut up and move on." And Chris is like, "Maybe don't pay crazy things. Trust me. I may be the one who said it, but many are thinking it. It's nuts. Meeting players is a privilege, not to say the things she said, which comes off as psycho. Go on and defend that behavior." And it just continues to roll downhill.
It's never going to be a good
Okay.
thing. I mean, it's a little
Example number one as to why my ass is not on fucking Twitter. 100%. Because I was on Twitter for like this fucking long, and that's what I did. And then I realized, no.
No,
Mike's
once he
meme.
saw that I got kicked off Twitter, he's like, "I ain't fucking doing this."
No.
Mike's meme was shared everywhere. Even Craig Wolf shared it. It was very funny. But wrong one. This touch screen. There we go.
I don't even think I saw it.
Oh, it was Greg Wolf shared it. It was shared.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, it was shared a lot.
Mhm.
Mike, why does it show you have two? Tanner Janot, totally Dex Riley Stillman, all the Sorelli Hagel and Colton fangirls.
Yeah. Yep. I saw it. I shared it.
Oh, I
All
did
right.
see that. I didn't know
I got it.
it was from Mike.
Fuck yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a nice one, man.
My crushes with that shit, dude.
He needs to with something because he's shitty everywhere else. Just kidding, Mike. Just kidding, Mike.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, dude, I might have to fucking call you out on that offer for the Montreal game then, bro, for the Hall of Fame game if you don't have anyone going with you, Mike. Because I wasn't sure if I was going to go, but I mean, if you're going to offer and it's available, I don't know. But also, that's like the best night of Reggae Rise Up too, except for Thursday.
I'll go with you, Mike. It sounds like he's more into the music.
Dude, I'm a Renaissance man. Okay, I'm a man of many facets, many interests, many hobbies, many skills.
I have never sat with Shooter.
First induction in the Hall of Fame.
Just Shooter. I've never sat with Just Shooter.
Yeah, and we only scored when I was taking.
You're not missing anything. It's the most boring person. It's the complete opposite of going to a game with me.
Oh, well, which games do you want, Shooter? Because
there you go.
You know what I find myself doing now? Going, pucks and play, motherfucker.
Got the seat to do it.
My work here is done. My work here is done.
Pucks and play. What are you doing? You're not supposed to be not in our barn. This is our barn. You can do that in your barn, but not ours.
Yes.
I find myself yelling at least one person every fucking game now.
Yeah. Listen, you sit next to me, you're gonna get amazing analysis right in your seat. You don't even have to leave your seat. Then when I leave my seat, we score.
We score. Both of us are known for that, though. Let's be honest. Like we're both.
Yeah, but I come back to my seat. You're gone for the rest of the game.
Listen, I do try, especially whenever like Andrew, hooks me up, whatever, for Six Fire, like to be in my seats more because to be loud. But at the same time, it's the people with Six Fire that I'm hanging out with on the patio too. So it's like when I don't come back, I'm still like, I don't know, hanging out there. So, and for me, I guess you were saying before we kind of got into it, Schoolie, about how you can't go to a game the same way. I can't go to the game the same way, but for different reasons. Like I find myself, I was talking to Nikki about it. Like I'm a really super like intense fan, and I'm always going to watch highlights and read the articles and blah, blah, blah. But before we really got into the show, maybe I would go a week without seeing the game. You know what I mean? Maybe I'd miss a Tuesday and a Thursday. Oh, no big deal. I watch the highlights. I catch up. You know what I'm saying? And I still know what happened. And I'm still following the team. I still know the players, still on the stats. But maybe I missed a couple games. Now I feel a responsibility to not miss a single game. I have to watch every single game. I have to make sure I know. You know what I mean? B, when I go to games, obviously people are like, "Where'd you go? Where are you at? Where you're not in your seat?" Oh,
right,
bro. For me, a seat in the Amalie Arena is entry to the game. That's it. That for me, then there's no obligation for me to sit in that scene. All that is get me passage into the experience of Amalie Arena as a hockey game. That's me, dude. I love the experience. Am I going to be in the seat for all 60 minutes of hockey in it? Never. Not a single time in my existence have I ever been in all of the few hundred games I've been to. Have I ever been in my seat for the entire game? I never will. That's just not me. I'm going to get up and go get some food. I'm going to go mingle. I'm going to go see some people. Maybe I'm going to go do some shopping. Maybe I'm going to go out. Back in the day, I would be out I'd go to Shots and watch the game from Shots a lot of time. I'd get a ticket just so I could go through and then go sit at Shots and watch the game Shots.
I can't even tell you how many times when I used to be on 128, how many times I'd get pictures and be like, "Why aren't you in your seats? Where are you at?" And I'm just like, and it's a whole different thing. And yeah, like you just can't be the fan you used to be, because, and it isn't like, I don't want, I represent Thunderbolts. I represent this group, this podcast, like Thunderbolts. Everybody, the other admins always yell at me because I accept all friend requests because I feel bad if I don't. And it's someone in the group. I feel bad. They don't give a rat's ass and they'll decline half the people because like Nicole's got a big ass and a lot of people like it and think she's pretty and they add her because she's a creeper and they're a creeper. And so she won't add those people. Stephanie is 100% sports facts. She'll tell you all kinds of stats all day long. And so, and it's not the fact of head getting big or anything like that. It's just the fact that I don't want to have a bad limelight on Thunderbolts. I mean, you know, I've gotten in trouble already for calling out the Lightning Foundation. You know, I got pulled into the principal's office for that. Talked to the manager of all the STM things. And, you know, we have second head of security in the group who watches things. We had an employee get taken out of had to remove himself from the group because he announced that Capital Tacos left when we got Scrappy's Tacos. And he put it in the group, and he got pulled down to Mr. Griggs' office and got written up and was forced right there to remove himself from the group. And it stinks on things like that. And it stinks of having that kind of group. And it's like, you know, and I'm sure it's the same for Debbie and Joyce, who has a lot of time been the face of Sticks of Fire, the good face of Sticks of Fire. You know, when you look at those two, those are the good faces of Sticks of Fire. So, and, you know, they sit outside in the thing for.
Yeah, it's something like that Mike guy.
Yeah. Chris, we just were reading your messages from Twitter. You're late.
Yeah. And actually, dude, I just realized it's a little bit after midnight. I got to get the fuck out of here. Like, I think it's spring break, so I think Hunter's still up, but this is a 2-hour. Okay, I can't believe this is a 2-hour after show.
Is Pasco out this week too?
Yeah,
I know Hillsborough is. Pasco's out.
Pinellas is too.
Yep.
Shit.
Yeah,
is Pinellas?
Full spring break. Yeah, it's full spring break everywhere. It's madness. And I'm gonna be dumb and try and go to the beach one day this week.
Oh,
I just too.
This car I rented, I had to pick it up on Clearwater Beach, and it was not.
I still haven't introduced my son to the real beach. He still thinks like the little river beach up here. Oh, dude, I just blanked on the name. Anclote River.
Oh, Anclote.
He still thinks that's the beach, or it's enough of a beach for him. So
that's fine.
Listen, my mom used to take us to Gandy and Courtney Campbell and tell us that was the beach.
That's a great beach. That's a good beach.
No, you sit in shit and sink.
That's true.
Now we know why he cleans after his piss. Not his piss.
He grew up on Gandy Beach. He was forced.
Yes. I never forget my oldest sister took me.
I never forget the first time I had to clean up somebody else's piss.
She took us to Treasure Island, and we were like, "What is this beach?" And she's like, "This is the real beach." And we were like, "What?"
Look, if I can't get my family to wake up early enough, I would
Pasadena.
I would pack them up and take them down to Siesta Key, honestly, for the morning rotation. But you got to get down there at like dawn to get a spot during spring break on Siesta Key Beach. But it's the best beach, and it's like awesome in the morning. It's not too hot yet. It's cool, and then about
like 10 minutes ago,
there. And then there's like another fucking rotation that come in. Like if you know what you're doing, you get down there. If you don't get there for the early crowd, get down there about between 1 and 2, and usually that's when like the morning crowd's getting out and you can
start churning.
Yep, it's the cycle. So
go over to Matt's. He took me. You know, I got to see his apartment and see the thing from there, and I said, I bet you it's crazy down here. And he said, behind my place, it's not, because they don't have really access parking there. So if you use one of his guest spots there and go behind his building, it was pretty empty behind his building. And then he's like, now look down there. That's where the public access parking is. You see how packed it is there. He's like, because nobody wants to drag their chairs all the way down this. Literally, there was 3 people behind his building.
That's dope.
All right, well, let's go.
Yeah.
By the way, this show hasn't changed how I go to games at all, except I have to talk to more people, and I hate it.
Yeah,
well, exactly. Because you're the quiet one, bro. Just like on this last 2 hours, you've maybe got like 5 minutes of dialogue. And the 2 hours and 5 minutes. 5 minutes of arguing. 2 hours of it is us.
But look how many stalkers you have now.
Right.
That's all because of the show. Right.
True. You have way more than us. Thank God.
Well, maybe one. I might have picked up one Saturday.
You can take them all. Might have picked up a them they.
They're all yours. We actually tell everybody where your whereabouts are.
God, I totally agree. The best comment of the night, coming in hot. All right, there's my son. I'm wrapping it up.
Hey, Hunter.
I was just wrapping it up. I'll be in there in like 2 seconds. All right. See you guys. See you, Chris. See you, Mike. I assume Clint maybe is still fucking hanging on. God love him.
He's probably asleep by now.
He's like, yeah, man, you just pass out. Like, oh, they're not fighting anymore. No more pit stock.
Yeah.
News.
You lost me when you got done talking about piss.
Stop fighting and talking about piss. Done. I'm out.
We'll be back tomorrow.
Yes, definitely. Thanks, guys. We'll be on YouTube again. I love it. I miss you, Chris. It's good to see you again tonight, man. Catch us tomorrow night, and hopefully next Monday the schedule starts working a little bit more. But all right, guys, I'm out of here.
Right, maybe Tiffany's single again, Chris. Have a good night. Bye.
Jesus Christ.